when we started in the early years of the country, the idea was that the people who represented us in Washington were to be sort of citizen volunteers. They went out and found people who had seemed to accomplish things in life, seemed to have their heads on straight, had integrity, and could be trusted with the public's business. And they went to these people and said, would you do this for a couple of years? And most of them didn't want to do it, but it was their patriotic duty, so they went and did this. Now we have something different. We have career politicians. And they go to Washington and they act in their own self-interests. They do things to try to perpetuate their own things. And 90% of them are reelected every cycle, because one of the things they do is vote all kinds of strengths to themselves to make it easier to be reelected. So they start with huge amounts of money for the campaign and all kinds of things. But what have they been doing for us lately? Well, they passed this medical care bill, which must be repealed. And if nominated and if elected, that's one of my first priorities. I want to repeal that bill. What will happen if we get a majority in the House of Representatives, I think they will vote for repeal, and then Obama will veto the repeal, unless we have a veto-proof majority, which is perhaps more than we can hope for in this cycle. But that doesn't matter, because the House of Representatives controls every dime that is spent in Washington. They can simply defund this program by majority vote, and then it doesn't happen. We could even do more, as my fantasy. This will probably take a lot of guys with backbone, but what I'd like to see him say to him is, well, you want to veto our bill? Fine. Which 5 million of the executive branch employees would you like to lay off? Because that's how much we're cutting your budget. And that will take a lot.